accounting class. In this video, we're going to go over how to complete a production report. This is a practice problem from your homework that I'm about to go through with you. Okay, so over on the board, I already have the production report started. And in Blackboard, I will post a blank production report so that you can work through that. Okay, so print that off before we go through this problem. Okay, so here's the problem. Carler Carpet manufactures broadloom carpet in 7 processes. So process accounting is the process. It's different than job order. Job order is one job. Process costing is different processes. Okay, so this is the dyeing department. Here's what I want you to get. This is the second department. So here's the way it works. There's 7 processes. There's spinning, dyeing, plying, and they keep going on. We only care that right now it's come from the spinning department to the dyeing department. So let me point this to you because you'll do 2 different problems. One will be the first department. This one is the second. So let me show you. You're going to have transferred in. If you're working on the first department, you won't have that. So we're on the second department, we're going to have transferred in. Okay, next thing I want you to take notes on. Here's what it is telling you. Okay, in the dyeing department, direct materials are added at the beginning of the process. Conversion costs are incurred evenly throughout the process. Conversion costs, take this in your notes. Some of the problems will give you that total and some will not. If they do not give you the total, you have to know what conversion costs are. Conversion costs are direct labor and manufacturing overhead. So this particular problem, they did give it to you, all right? So you will not have it, but if they didn't give that to us, we have to add that in. All right, so let's talk about the production report. I'm going to simplify it for you. I know you look in your book, there's 4 steps, but let me simplify it. Here's what we're going to do. Number 1, we will do a quantity schedule first. That's the flow of units. You will notice the physical units, whatever we get here, must absolutely match here, okay? Next, we will do the cost per equivalent unit. That will be this section here. But you have to go in order. We have to figure out the first section, then we will figure out the cost per equivalent unit. Last, we will figure out the total cost to account for. You will learn this will be a reconciliation as well. I will show you your costs have to match. All right, so let's get through this problem because it's pretty long. All right. I selected this problem because it has everything in it. It has all the different reports. All right, so here's what it tells you. Beginning work in process is 70 rolls. Transferred in from the spinning department during November is 550 rolls. Completed during November, 480 rolls, and ending work in process, 80% complete for conversion costs. Underline that, we gotta watch that, okay? All right, so now let's put it together. Here's how we do it. So we go over here, and I'm going to write this in blue so you can clearly see it. The beginning work in process, and notice I put beginning WIP. You know I abbreviate that. That stands for work in process. That is 70. Okay? The transferred in from the spinning department is 550. Add those 2 together. We add those, that is 620. All right, watch. These 2 always have to match. Completed and transferred out is 480. Ending work in process is 140. We add those two together, they equal 620. Okay, let me stop and talk to you for a minute. Sometimes some of the problems will only give you one piece of the puzzle. So sometimes some of the problems will only give you ending work in process. In that case, you need to back into what was completed and transferred out. How would you do that? You would take 620, you would subtract the 140, and that would give you 480. Double check your math, make sure the 480, after you've done that, plus the 140 equals the 620. So sometimes some of the problems will make you work, they won't give you those numbers. But this one did. All right, so now we're going to flow this all the way across. Okay, so transferred in, we're just going to trace this. Now this is 100%, this is the weighted average method. We're only going to do one method. Accounting majors, there's weighted average, there's FIFO, the FIFO method. For this class, we will only focus on the weighted average method. Okay, so then we go all the way across. This is at 100%, 480, 480, 480. Okay? All right, then the ending work in process. I am just going to work from here. Transferred in is 140. The direct materials is 140. Okay, I'm going to stop. What did the problem tell us? The problem told us that conversion costs, where is it? Oh, here it is. It's way down the bottom, so be careful of that. It says ending work in process inventory, 80% complete for conversion costs. So now I'm going to take that 140 and I'm going to multiply it by 80% because it's not all complete. We don't know what some of these costs are yet. 112. All right. So now I just total it across. Okay? Add these up. This is 620. Well, this is exactly the same, so that's 620. And this is 592. Okay? All right. Now, I am going to go to my costs next. So I look in the problem. What are they telling me that the costs are? Beginning work in process inventory, transferred in costs are $4,000 for materials, transferred in are $4,000. The materials costs are $1,400 and the conversion costs are $5,300. So I just trace it across. My transferred costs, my beginning work in process is $4,000. I had to write this small. Okay, my direct materials are $1,400. My conversion costs are $5,300. Okay, this one we will have a total cost. All right, so total cost we will total right here, all the way across, and that is $10,700. That is a dollar figure. So me put in my dollars, dollars, dollars. Okay. Okay, costs added during the period. Again, I look in. My cost added during the period are $23,280 for transferred in. Let me save time. Let me total that. That is $27,280. That is a dollar figure. Okay. Then I have $1,400. What was transferred in is $14,100. Next, my conversion costs are 52,716, and then I'm going to total that across as well. 90,096. All right, I add those up. I've got 15,500. I've got 58,016. And then my total is 100,796. Let me stop. This is a reconciliation. We have to agree to this exact number or we did something wrong. All right, so now I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to find my equivalent units. Remember, this is not a dollar figure. I draw my fraction bar, 620. I divide that out, 27,280 divided by 620, and that gives me, this is a dollar figure, $44. Okay? All right, next, bring that right down. Here's my fraction bar, 620. And that's going to equal $25. Okay? Bring this right down. Here's my fraction bar. 592, divide that out. That gives me $98. Okay? All right, what is this number? This is my cost per equivalent unit for 1 unit of this process. So management wants to see this. How much is it costing us per unit to make this product? And that's how they'll make different decisions, either decide to change a vendor, where the materials are too high, or just different decisions that they can make off of that. All right, now we're going to do the last part. Costs accounted for. All right, so I look back in the problem. All right, this, I don't look back in the problem. You are going to figure this out. This is not given to you in the problem. How are you going to figure that out? Well, you're going to take your cost per equivalent unit for transferred in, which is $44, and you're going to take that and multiply it by the number of units. So 620 times the 44 Okay. So we're going to take the 480. We want the completed and transferred out. We're going to take the 480 times the 44. And that gives us 21,120. So even myself, the report really helps. Copy that blank report. I allow that. And this way you can look to see what you're doing. What I'm working on right now is completed and transferred out. So I'm going to take the 480 times the 44. Next, I'm going to work on the ending work in process. Well, I'm going to take my ending work in process, trace it across, 140 times 44, and that gives me 6,120. And then I total it up, 21,120, 6,120. We have 27,280. Okay, so transferred in is 27,280. Those are my total costs. All right, same theory for when I'm working on direct materials. I'm going to first do completed and transferred out. I go up here, I take the 480, I multiply it by $25, and that gives me 12,000. Okay? This is a dollar. Okay. Next, I'm going to take my ending work in process, which is 140. I'm going to multiply it by the $25, and that gives me 3,500. I'm going to total that up, and that gives me 15,500, my total costs for direct materials. Next, I'm going to work on my conversion costs. Same theory. I'm going to go up here. I want my completed and transferred out 480 times $98, and that's going to give me 47,040. Next, I'm going to take my ending work in process, which is 112, multiply it by 98, and that gives me 10,976. I totaled that up. That gives me 58,016. Okay, now let's double check. This always has to be, I'm going to take 27,280 plus 15,500 plus 58,000, and it better equal the same number as here. All right, so also in the lab, it will have you total these across. So we're going to do 80,160. That's these three. Then I'm going to total these three, which is 20,636. And then I total it, and that gives me 107.96. And I've reconciled my production report. Okay, that's a big report. So what I'm going to do is break up this video. I am going to have a separate video. It's also requiring journal entries. I will have a separate video for the journal entries. Okay? All right, so get in there, practice it from the book first, and then do your homework. All right, see you soon.